All right, hey, hello, welcome back. Good evening. Yesterday's stream ended a little bit too early, didn't it? It's probably because I have the best internet in the world and it never cuts out, like ever. So, we have that to blame. It's fine. We're at support level 1 for Bitcoin, 115,287. I know it's been a significant drop since yesterday. I say significant, it's really not that big of a deal. Like 1% of a difference. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm still going to hold on to my positions and will continue much higher. So what's the plan for tonight? I don't know why I didn't do this before, but since I had my internet cut out yesterday, I was in the middle of saying literally the most iconic phrase, and Bradley thankfully finished it for me in the comment section. Too much family using our Wi-Fi, although I don't really think that's the reason why. Long story short, my Wi-Fi was just cut out for the rest of the night, it seems. Even though I called my internet service provider and I said, hey, why my internet is no work? And they said, okay, just restart it. And I did, and it worked. And they're like, there you go, your problem solved, bye. I was like, okay, well, what if it happens again? No, it won't, bye. And it happened again. So, yeah, make of that what you will. It's fine, though. You've already seen what my positions are. Not really much has changed today. Solana's a little bit up today, but the rest of the coins, 1% or less of a movement toward the downside. Bit of a price decay for the duration of the Saturday. As expected. So I'm not too concerned about it. Main resistance was clashed with Bitcoin, 117,358 is where we have that resistance. 395 is where we hit. So we didn't continue higher from there, unfortunately. Could we by Sunday? I think so. We can reach that area once again. I don't see any more, like, what would I call it? Strength toward the downside. We still have enough momentum to continue much higher. So my vision still stands. I think we're gonna do something like that, you know? In terms of other coins, I think I'll try to speed run this process a bit more. I mentioned I'd finish the rest of the stream from yesterday. I didn't get to talk about news because that's when my Wi-Fi cut out, so I screen recorded all my tabs and I'm going to go through a recording of it. Nothing like of me speaking or anything. It's just like 1 second per tab is in that screen recording, and then I'll just talk through it because I don't want to reopen all those tabs again the next day, and also like half of them, like the page died because there was no internet. So yeah, I didn't want to touch that at all. Nonetheless, Ethereum broke an all-time high. That's the biggest news that we've seen for Ethereum, and we're slowly climbing our way back up a little bit, kind of taking a breather from after reaching a significant milestone. $4,887.51 is your new all-time high for Ethereum. In USDC, it might be different in USDT, it might be different in any other exchange provider, so just keep that in mind. But new all-time high nonetheless. That's something everybody, the whole world saw it, so that's good. Super trend for it invalidates 4,390. I do not see myself purchasing Ethereum anytime soon, so I'm scratching that completely off of my list. I'm looking at every other altcoin possible to be investing in after this. I do still think like Ethereum is still a good project. It will continue to go higher. It's got a lot of good stuff going on for it. A lot of it's the most OG layer 1, right? The one that's most used, albeit it is expensive and it's annoying to have to, you know, use Ethereum for gas fees and things like that with those high prices, but it's mostly accepted, most trusted by institutions. So we've got ETFs for it. Staking will be coming out for it soon. Keep in mind that has not yet happened. Yeah, all those fundamentals, even when Ethereum was like sub 2K, I was saying like, really, we don't deserve to be at such a low price for Ethereum. It does deserve to be making much higher price movements. And that's because compared to 2021, compared to 2017, we are much better. Like the fundamentals for Ethereum are much better now than it was back then. The only difference was that it was very, very shorted. We've seen record shorts on Ethereum, open short positions, and of course, inevitably, those all have been liquidated by now, and hence why we saw a huge short squeeze. And we are where we are now, so that's good. Good stuff for Ethereum. Let's talk about Solana here. Why is Solana running treasury holdings? Fuel bullish momentum seems to be the reason why we surged past 200. I do want to note down the 200 level because I know it's an important one. So let me just put that exactly there. I'm too lazy to type all this, but we get it. That's the 200 level. Good stuff. I entered 2 great positions on Solana, so I am on the way up with it. Downtrend officially broken. Uptrend invalidates at 185. Current price is 206. It's good. Solana's been doing great. And also part of, you know, my analysis is I do believe Solana will continue much higher. It deserves to be much higher. We hit a high of 300 on our best in January. Bitcoin's broken its all-time highs past January. Ethereum has now done so. XRP has done breaking all-time highs. Link is on a roll. It's about time that Solana gets to go much higher. Its popularity isn't fully there yet, as it once was, but it can come back, especially with this whole meme coin stuff. It's going to come back when meme coin season hits, for sure. Yeah, so that's what we got for Solana. I don't think this trigger order will ever get filled. It was at 167. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Moving on to XRP for today. Kind of rising a bit higher again once over here. Support 2 was the great bounce line. I only entered 1 position on XRP just out of like, because I felt like I needed to have some form of exposition on XRP, even if it was negative at that time. I was like, you know what? I don't want to buy XRP at these high prices. 285 for XRP, I must be insane. I was reluctant to buy XRP below 230 back in these times, right? If I could even find it. Like, breaking out of 230... Not even here, like, I was just noticing how bad XRP was doing at 230. And so then, I mean, from there it skyrocketed, never looked back. Lowest point we ever hit from there was 272. So I decided, you know what, it was at 285. I'll just put a little bit in it, see what happens. We skyrocketed a little, so that's good. Current price of XRP, above $3, $3.05. It's good stuff. Yeah, but that's, I think, all I'm going to put into XRP. I keep saying Solana. Whatever. Chainlink, it is a lot of whale accumulation on Chainlink. I've always been mentioning this since, like, very far past times. I remember covering this kind of news. Whales were secretly accumulating Chainlink, and it is a good project. You need Chainlink. It is such a crucial, like, backbone for many Ethereum projects. It's cross-chain uses, right? Uses Ethereum, like I said, so it's important. And the only other competitor Chainlink really has is Pyth network, Pyth. People say Pith, but I think it's Pyth. Like, why would you say Pith? It's Pith would be if it was an I, not a Y. Whatever, we'll forget about the pronunciations later. But Chainlink, like I said, has been on a roll. Constant uptrend. Didn't care about no downtrend with Bitcoin or none of that stuff. Kept on heading higher, and yeah, it still is. I am tired. I'm yawning. Uptrend invalidates at 23. And 32, the number is still being determined as it seems right over here. Current price is 25.96. We hit a high of 27. It's also looking really good for Chainlink, but I already took my profits a little bit too early, around 18. I think I showed yesterday. So I missed the train, or I didn't ride the train long enough because I entered perfect entry on Chainlink, but it wasn't too much either way. So whatever. Never time the tops. Sui, I entered 2 positions on it, and it averaged out to 350 for me. Current price is 371, and that's a good price for Sui. I did have another position open on another account. It was around here, 370, I think. So that should be either neutral or slightly positive, or maybe it was like 375 or something. As long as we go above 380, I think I should be happy with Sui. I'm not going to sell yet. I didn't sell any of my positions, by the way. I'm going to be waiting for a couple of weeks with those that I have. Any minor dip, I will be purchasing that as well. Cardano seemed like we had a downtrend. Still kind of there, but you know, we can easily break out of it, I feel, and continue higher. Current price of it is 91. $1 we have broken above. We hit $1.98, sorry, $1.01 with 98 millicents, almost $1.02. And man, these millicents are really screwing us over, huh? Because I had this trigger order right over here, 8204. We actually hit a low of 8213, and we didn't trigger. My order didn't get filled here, so I missed out on this good pump. But it is what it is, I guess. Didn't want Cardano anyway. But, it, you know, at least, you know, the spirit was there. How do you say it? The effort was good. You should like the spirit, if that makes sense. Like, the entry was a good level. I just... Those millicents is what I missed. Whatever. Litecoin... Still, it's technically in a downtrend. We got a major resistance at 124. But it's been performing well compared to other coins earlier, before this this crash, right? So, what was our lowest point? 112? I guess that would have been a good level. I don't know. I didn't want to enter into Litecoin above 100, so I'm probably going to leave it there. Although eventually I do feel like if I want exposition to Litecoin, I'm going to have to, you know, pull out a couple $100 for it. Above 100 is what I mean. Stellar, also 2 positions I entered very well, and average price is 39 for me. The current price is 41 cents, point, I don't know, 48. And I still think we can go much higher for Stellar. I'm very bullish on it now. I've done a lot of research on it. Why do I have a take profit at 49? Ambitious. We'll see. I don't know. I might even remove it. How much am I making from that? 1,211 after putting in 1,493. So I'm expecting to double my money with an increase like that to 49 cents, which is very, very possible, by the way. Yeah, I might do it. Just take some quick profit from it. No problem. So I'll leave that entry there for now. Okay, that's practically all I have for technical analysis. It's nothing too different from what I showed yesterday. So I think I should go ahead and talk about what I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I didn't get to because a lot of reasons. Like even before yesterday, like I was sick for a majority of this week earlier, so there was a lot of stuff I had to cover, which I tried covering the first stream I got back. Also, like the stream before that, like also my internet cut out and I couldn't stream. My internet has just been, it's been doing great, you know? Alright, so here's my screen recording. Hope you enjoy this, whatever this is. Alright, starting off with the beginning. This is where my stream ended last night unintentionally, so we're going to continue from here. Donald Trump was going to be making a huge announcement at noon after Jerome Powell speaks. I was mentioning what were people thinking that he was going to do about it. Was it likely damage control for what the Fed was about to speak? What Jerome Powell was about to say? He was about to talk at Jackson Hole at that time, so You know, people were nervous, people were speculating. That is why we had a bit of a, like, our lowest point was right before Jerome Powell's speech. Once Powell started talking, he sort of alluded, and I'll move over to the next tab. He sort of alluded to the fact that we could start seeing some rate cuts for September, and that made the markets really happy. So here's a summary of the speech. He said that shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting policy. He suggested the downside risks to employment are rising, which would be a good reason to cut rates for, right? He said that labor supply has softened in line with demand. The Fed is abandoning flexible average inflation targeting framework. You can't take stable inflation expectations for granted, right? When obviously it comes to the discussion of Trump always saying, look, we have virtually no inflation. Too late, must cut the rates. Cut the rates now. So he's like, you know what? I hear you, right? There is practically stable inflation expectations, stuff like that. So that all of that points toward a September rate cut. That percentage, it was at 70 something percent before this speech. After Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole, that probability went all the way back up to the 90s. So it was good overall. The downside risks to the labor market are rising, so it's likely that because of that sentence, that's what made the markets go like, okay, we must purchase. So there you go. And then we were like, okay, now after this huge pump, are we going to go higher? What is Trump going to say? Is Trump going to make any comment about it? No, he didn't make any comment about it. All he did was just announce that FIFA World Cup 2026 will be coming to the United States, and the president of FIFA was there. He gave Trump a good look at the World Cup thing, what it was going to look like. So, and there was just a bit of a photo shoot and a little bit of jokes thrown here and there. Yeah, that was it. And then this also came out where Trump said he wants to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign. I don't know exactly what the drama is over here, but this was also posted. I didn't get this into the recording. Lisa Cook, the fraudster, is what he's saying, and he's drawing a big X on her, kind of wanting her to leave. Then he also put the rest of the Fed governors on the side. President of the Fed, too late, in quotes, for Jerome Powell. That's pretty funny. I'll enlarge the image for you. Fed Barr, Fed Jefferson. Seems like these guys are pro-Biden or something. And then the other ones, Fed Bowman, I know is always pretty good for mentioning the good stuff, right? Seems to be more favorable for rate cuts based off of my understanding. Fed Moran is here recently appointed by Trump after Fed Kruger left or something, whatever her name was. Kruger. And Fed Waller also, we see good stuff about this guy. And they're on the side of Trump is what it seems like. And of course, it looks like we want Lisa Cook, the fraudster, to leave. Of course, you can't fire any of these people. You can only appoint them, is what the president is able to do. But he's calling for Lisa Cook to resign. I don't know based off of what or why, and I'm going to look that up. I just look up Lisa Cook. Okay. Why does she look fatter in the other image? Sorry to fat shame, but like, what is this? Like, you look massive, and then here you look not as massive. So he'll fire Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign. First African-American woman, first woman of color to sit on the board. Okay. So she's probably DEI. Is this what the attack is? I don't know. Moments after Jerome Powell's latest speech, Trump threatens to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign. Accusation of mortgage fraud. That's what it seems like it is. That's what he's calling her, the fraudster. So he wants her to leave. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I don't think he legally can get her out. We'll talk about this next afterward, but we still got more news to cover. So there is that bit of news. Then we've got the head of IRS Crypto Enforcement Division resigns. That's interesting. This is the guy that's after your capital gains tax on your crypto, I'm sure. Or girl, I don't know who the head of IRS Crypto Enforcement Division is. But there you go. I'm guessing we're gonna get somebody more pro. Although, like, if you're collecting taxes on crypto, we were probably not gonna like you anyway. I say we because I'm included. We also had this for Canada news, is that seems like Canada will be dropping counter tariffs on US goods that are covered by the free trade deal. So finally, we were no longer doing counter tariffs and maybe working toward a deal, or actually doing what Trump is asking of us, which is to secure borders, stop fentanyl crisis, and some other irrelevant thing. But yeah, seems like that's what the case is. Also, I don't know if this has to do with anything about recognizing the Palestinian state, which we're going to have a United Nations meeting in September, and that is where France, UK, and Canada are planning to recognize the Palestinian state, want to work toward a two-state solution for what's going on in the Middle East. Trump, United States, seems like they don't like that. And they're saying, you know, you're rewarding terrorists if you do that, right? That's what their reasoning is. And also, like, this is completely counterintuitive. We thought this guy was supposed to stand up to Trump, elbows up thing. No, it seems like he's surrendered to Trump's tariffs. So there you go. Liberals got played, is my opinion on that. We also have, speaking of tariffs, the United States and the European Union reaching a trade deal. They released a joint statement outlining the terms. So the tariffs. The United States will impose 15% tariffs on most European Union imports. The US will lower auto tariffs once the European Union passes matching tariff cut legislation. From September 1st, the United States will apply only MFN tariffs, I don't know what MFN is, on European aircraft or parts, generics, chemical precursors, and scarce natural resources. European Union will eliminate tariffs on all U.S. industrial goods and grant preferential access for U.S. seafood and agriculture. Energy and tech purchases, European Union will buy $750 billion in U.S. liquefied natural gas, oil, and nuclear products. And Europeans will purchase at least $40 billion in US AI chips. That should be good for NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. Investment cooperations, Europeans firms will be investing $600 billion in US strategic sectors by 2028. So it's a long-term investment. Both sides will be negotiating rules of origin to ensure benefits remain bilateral. They are exploring cooperation on steel and aluminum market protections because those are tariffed. There's a joint commitment to tackle digital trade barriers. Europe pledges not to adopt network usage fees, unlike Canada. Considering measures for secure supply chains, including tariff rate quota solutions, is what it seems like it is. Great. I mentioned Intel because it's official. The US government now owns 10% stake in Intel's company. And this is the statement by President Trump saying, "It is my great honor to report that the United States of America is now fully owns and controls 10% of Intel, a great American company that has even more incredible future. I negotiated this deal with Lip Bhutan, the highly respected chief executive officer of the company." Somebody who Trump said is a disgrace and should resign, by the way, just not too long ago, but whatever. The United States paid nothing for these shares. Oh, cool. And the shares are now valued at approximately $11 billion. So I'm assuming Intel gave $11 billion worth of shares, which is 10% of their company, to the United States government. This is a great deal for America and also a great deal for Intel. Building leading-edge semiconductors and chips, which is what Intel does, is fundamental to the future of our nation. Make America great again. Thank you for your attention. This matters. So there you go. NVIDIA has got more competition. AMD does as well. Intel is going to be part of that. Well, mainly AMD, I would say. NVIDIA partially. This was the post that I was kind of alluding to. This has to do more with Gemini and XRP talks. So I'm leaning more toward crypto news right here. There was this billboard posted with the date August 25, which is 2 days from now, but this was originally posted August 21st, so it's been out for a while. And there you go, the XRP logo and the MasterCard logo on a card. So clearly there's going to be a partnership there, and I'm excited for that. I just want to see what it has to do. So XRP card from Gemini, why it's more than just, you know, some cashback program. Here's some... Also some other news. CNBC announced live on TV that Bitcoin exchange Gemini vows to go public on the NASDAQ. I don't think I covered it before, but yeah, there you go. A new IPO coming. Coinbase has now got more competition, and so does Bullish. I also heard, this happened a long time ago, wasn't Webull gonna come out on the stock exchange sometime? I don't know. Robinhood's also going to get some competition because of this. But, yeah, overall, I think it should be good. Getting more people exposition into the crypto markets, you know, getting the word out there. So, cool, good stuff. Ondo, September 3rd is the date that they are planning to likely do tokenized stocks, ETFs, on Ethereum. Believe in some ETH-ing. Get it? Something. They put this statement out over here. Ondo Global Markets tokens have not been registered under the U.S. Securities Act as amended, or the Securities or Financial Instrument Laws. Do I have to read all this? Tokens may not be offered or sold in the United States or to U.S. persons unless registered under the Act or an exemption from the registration. Tokens are offered and sold in the European Economic Area. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be European tokenized stocks. Once again, same thing that we saw with, I think it was Robinhood. Was it Robinhood? Some company did it. With Solana, it was. Tokenized stocks out there. And it was pretty interesting because you could also buy companies that are not actually public on the stock exchanges, such as, forgive me if I'm wrong, but Starlink and OpenAI, something like that. Yeah, so I think it's really good. Also 24/7 trading, also pretty good. Yeah, so that's coming soon with Ondo. We also have Sonic, my favorite company, getting involved with probably the US government and US securities expansion. And here's a governance update. So we'll talk about this little article. It has to do with a vote and a proposal to get approval for token issuance for the following items. So what this means is we're going to be creating more tokens and releasing them into the public. They're worth some money and they'll be allocated to the next strategic areas. So $50 million for ETFs of Sonic to be coming out. $100 million on the NASDAQ pipe development, and 150 million Sonic tokens for Sonic USA. So the ETF allocation, they're talking about partnering with a trusted provider is good for the Sonic project overall, safe and secure asset storage, and seeding and supporting the fund, of course, should help out Sonic. PIPE is a private investment in public equity. That's what that means. So this is basically treasuries, right? We hear about Bitcoin treasuries. We hear about Ethereum treasuries. We're having Sonic, file for the United States for US companies to load up on Sonic as a strategic reserve, right? The possibility for that is coming. So there's that. It'll help, use capital to acquire tokens, long-term commitments, stuff like that. It should be bullish for it overall. So it's a bit of a mixed feeling of what investors are seeing with this, because like I said, it could be good for it long-term. It's giving more exposition, more trust, more institutions could be getting involved. but at the price of the fact that we have to mint more tokens, create more tokens. This doesn't have a max supply, right? So it's inflationary. You're going to have to create more tokens to provide that amount dollar value to whoever's buying, treasury companies, institutions, whatever the case may be. So, you know, that ETFs seems like it would be good. Sonic will establish a dedicated US entity to anchor its expansion into the American market. There will be a new CEO for Sonic who will be appointed. There will be regulatory alignment. USDC is a key use case, of course, within its DeFi ecosystem. And yeah, and it also seemed like on the 12th of August, ahead of the vote, the application's already there, so it seems like they are serious about this. Here's an opinion on it all. The proposal feels quite light on the specific details, is what some people think. The voting window seems pretty tight for such a big decision. I don't know when it expired. I could probably find it. Could I really find it? I don't even know if I want to go back here. What is it, a link or something? We saw something here. Sonic proposal vote. I'm gonna have to look it up. See if I can find it. 3 days ago. August 31st is when the vote ends. So from 20th of August to August 31st. That's the governance vote. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. So, no, I think it's enough time, honestly. I kind of disagree with that point then about it being a bit too tight. Or maybe, I don't know, I'm inexperienced in this stuff, so maybe it is a bit too tight of a time frame for a big vote like this, right? Timing also seems to be rushed, given how significant this change would be. So what's being proposed is issuance of tokens for $50 million of ETF allocations, $100 million NASDAQ private investment development, and $150 million Sonic tokens. That's 600 million plus new tokens being issued, which is incredibly inflationary. The intention, keep in mind, each token costs about 30 cents. The intention behind the proposal is institutional adoption, as I mentioned. It supports US ETFs, private investments, Sonic company, US based for Sonic, right? We'll be getting a new CEO, like I said. And it also says one good thing, the increase of burn rates in gas fee mechanisms to strengthen long-term deflation. If you're implementing something like that, I get it. Like, it makes sense. That would actually work out. And in my opinion, it would be good, right? But of course, there comes other stuff, questions. Where is the demand for Sonic? And that is a good, very fair point. Like, Sonic is not very well known. It is a good project. It can handle, what was it, 400,000 transactions per second on paper. That's pretty good. Better than most other coins, right? That's why I personally do like Sonic, and I've had it in the past. Back when it was Phantom, right before the rebrand. So I still think it's a good project. I might even consider, you know, putting some more dollars in it, but this does have me a bit skeptical because you're causing a huge hit of inflation. I think it's gonna impact the price short term. And then long term, if this actually keeps up, if this whole crypto hype keeps up for the next couple of years, we can see Sonic become something actually massive. So if they want to, you know, start moving up in those charts, the market cap, something like this is necessary to happen. So that's my personal view on all of this. And then it talks about, you know, the proposal, overall vagueness, competitive disadvantage narrative, missed opportunities, la la la. I'm not going to read all of this because it's incredibly long, but it's a thorough analysis and it makes total sense. So, benefits, aligns team incentives with results, reduces dilution risk if goals aren't met, community retains control through milestone approval. Yeah. So overall, in my opinion, long term, something positive. And also there is like the official post from Sonic. Oh, I didn't mean to go that far. Okay. What else we got? Spot XRP ETFs amended by Canary, CoinShares, Franklin, 21 Shares, Wisdom Tree, and Bitwise. Seems like XRP ETFs are coming soon, hopefully. But a lot of them, we are seeing them being delayed until October. So, all right. Cool. Also this, Philippines, HB421, I don't know what that means, but they have filed to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. What is HB421? Is that a company or the actual Philippine government? You enjoy that typing ASMR, by the way. It's a housing bill number 421, Congress of the Republic. So that's what it means. It's literally the government of the Philippines. I don't know what exactly this has to do with numbers, but okay. They're creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Like I said, countries are adopting Bitcoin, institutions, everybody. Eventually, it's going to be a big race. I think I covered more about it here. China likely getting back into it. I kind of covered it, touched on it yesterday, talking about the yen pegged stablecoins, not yuan, yen. This is for Japan. That is likely going to be happening soon. There were talks about a yuan stablecoin possibly coming soon, but it apparently got shut down by Xi Jinping's government immediately after. So I don't think that's happening, but well, anymore. Now they're considering allowing yuan-backed stablecoins for the first time in history. Crypto has been illegal and restricted in China since 2013, so it would be a massive shift in the policy if they actually do get this going on. And when they do, of course, that's going to enable the unban of a lot of other cryptocurrencies in China. And that's when the race will start. What if they put their 195,000 Bitcoins into a strategic Bitcoin reserve as well, and they start accumulating Bitcoin at a record rates, unlike the United States, who have not yet decided how to accumulate Bitcoins. Don't worry, Cynthia Loomis is working on that, but, you know, it's something that we need to get going on eventually. You know, we need that plan of 1 million Bitcoins accumulated in 5 years. Can we actually even really do that? I think we can, yeah. And, I mean, Bitcoin's price will skyrocket very soon because of the amount of low demand. Like, did we hit 20 million Bitcoins yet? I think we're like really close if we're not already there. Amount of Bitcoin in circulating supply. 19.91 million Bitcoins. We're almost there to 20 million. Remember, guys, this maximum is 21 million. After that, no more Bitcoins ever. So scarcity factor will kick in. And if you're lucky like this guy, I don't know why my video skipped to the end there. I mean to the beginning. Solo Bitcoin miner has mined a block, earning 3.17 Bitcoins. That's really good. That's $371,000 if you're lucky enough to mine the right Bitcoin, right? A lot of other people will normally just go to mining pools, I think is what the concept is, where you put a bit of your computer's resources to help, you know, in a big group of other people who are also doing, you know, a bit of a helping to putting their computer resources to help mine Bitcoin. That's what I'm trying to say. And if by chance that group wins, they get that whatever amount of Bitcoin the reward is divided amongst all of them equally, right? That's one way of mining Bitcoin. Otherwise, you just do it yourself, which is super resource intensive and very costly in a lot of countries. I think I had a map somewhere on how much it costs to mine a Bitcoin. It's really cheap in like South America. I heard Russia is also really cheap. So yeah. Yeezy coin. I guess I didn't have this saved, but whatever. Andrew Tate apparently lost $700,000 shorting Kanye West's Yeezy token on Hyperliquid. For context, Yeezy token came out from Kanye West and a huge pump and dump already happened, so you're late to the party. You could have been shorting after this, but seems like, I don't know, Andrew Tate might have shorted somewhere when it was already skyrocketing and then it kept on going. So it just goes to show you'll never be too safe with shorting a meme coin or something. But yeah, that happened. Lost 597,000 on an ETH long 25x. Also got liquidated within hours. That happened one time. I saw that happen live. He also shorted Yeezy right before a 1400% pump, destroyed in minutes. He has over 80 trades with a win rate of only 36%. He might be the worst trader in crypto history is what people are saying. Total PNL, lost 700,000 in just 3 months. He deletes his posts after his losses while pushing referral codes. So you can't follow the daddy coin, right? That's his own meme coin. It's not likely to give you some good returns if you follow what Andrew Tate says. You know, usually he'll say like, oh, escape the matrix, buy this coin, I'm about to pump it in X amount of hours or something like that. I don't know. I'm skeptical with all that stuff and I don't follow it at all. So be wary of it. Hyperliquid listed World Liberty Financial in Hyperps, letting traders long or short World Liberty Financial with 3x leverage. That is really cool. It makes me want to actually open Hyperliquid account. Also, Hyperliquid, by the way, good project. You should invest in it. This is financial advice. Really good, right? Number 12 on the list over here. It's got a set supply, although you still got to pay attention to tokenomics, see when those tokens get unlocked, things like that. But it's been on a roll. I saw it at 35, couldn't buy, bought at 37, sold at 41 probably. It rose to maybe 46. Let me go to recent times. Oh, it rose to 49. No, I'm talking about this dump over here. This is... What am I looking at? This is the 1 month chart. Okay. Yeah, 35 was when I saw it crash to, and I'm like, man, I should buy Hyperliquid. But I don't know, I fell asleep or something, and then price rose to 38, 37. I bought at 37. Then it rose to... Was it 41 or something? 40? It was 40 something. I don't remember. Why am I struggling to remember? I have the history here, don't I? If I can find it. Hyperliquid. Yeah, it's right here. Oh, I bought at 38 and sold at 41. That's what it was. Didn't make too much money. Whatever. It rose much higher, obviously. Rose to a high of 49. Could have made a lot more profit. Crashed to 40. Came back up to 44. Don't know what to do with Hyperliquid anymore, but I want to get it below 40. So that's my stand on Hyperliquid. But World Liberty Financial is there. You could trade it. Really cool. Is World Liberty Financial even listed here? Like, when Lambo Financial, that's not it. Yeah, I don't think the official project is out. So how is it out on Hyperliquid? That was my question. Like, it genuinely doesn't exist, right? World Liberty Financial. Oh, it does. What? It's new. Oh, this came out like literally hours ago. Ooh. It's worth 28 cents. What is the market cap? How do I find it? Is it like recent? Like, did I just witness this live? Like, we're now getting World Liberty Financial existing? This is not it. It can't be it. We're not up 31%. We're not 2,311. How do we have access to this? This feels illegal. What do? Do I buy? I need USDT. I can get USDT. It's fine. Oh, man. I really want to buy World Liberty Financial. The token unlocks. I'll have to study it again. Oh, no. Alright, I'll do my research on this. I'll probably give an update later in another stream. Whether or not I buy this. That's interesting. Man, I gotta tell everyone. Okay, cool. Like, this happened today. Yeah, this happened today. Wow. Alright. Cool. Well, by the way, yeah, that's all the news I had to cover. Kanye West rug pulled y'all. Have fun. That's all. There's no real other news. It's Saturday. You're expecting slow news day, so there you go. But World Liberty Financial, this is huge. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to do my research, and we don't have any price history. Like, I'm literally buying a blob right now. I don't know what I'm getting into here. I don't know what the market cap is. I don't know if going from 43 to 28, that's a 21% drop. I don't know, man. That's over a 22% drop, of course. Sorry for slapping the mic a lot, but I only have two hands. And I'm using my mic to hold one, so I have to drop it on the table eventually. 35% crash. What was our lowest point? 40% crash. It's already losing half of its value. Do I even get into this? What if it explodes upwards? What are people talking about on Twitter? I'll just have a look at it. I'll glance it at Twitter and see what people say. World Liberty Financial. Do I have to put like Aave? Why is Aave also with it? Okay, it just dropped on some exchanges with some X leverage. How much leverage do I get? I get 20x leverage. I'm not going to Hyperliquid. World Liberty perps are live across major exchanges, including Binance. It is crashing though. Why? It's becoming tradable and transferable. This thread is your exact guide. What's happening? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for... It launches on Ethereum mainnet. Ew. Initial unlock for early supporters. It seems like they're taking profits then. 20% of World Liberty Financial purchased by each wallet in 1 cent and 5 cent rounds will unlock. That's great. Of course you're going to take profits, right? This thing costs 40 cents, 30, 20 cents, 28. If you bought at like 1 cent to 5 cents, yeah, that's why people were saying like, oh, you got to be part of this. Because when it comes out, it's going to make millionaires. And I mean, yeah, deserved. Fair enough. Go ahead. Take your profits. Wow. Okay. Yeah. The remaining 80% unlock schedule for the rest will be decided by the community via governance vote. Holders will choose the path forward. Okay, I appreciate that, but come on, you should also tell me. I want to know. Who is not unlocking now is the founders, team, advisors, and partners. They remain locked. How much percentage is them? Yeah, so, I mean, it seems like 20% of those guys are taking... If you did enjoy the early sale, it'll be available on DEXs and major central exchanges. Specific partner announcements are coming in the days ahead. Okay, we already got some announcements from that, of course. Early supporters, how claiming works, la la la. Where to interact. Don't care. Contract audit. Fully audited. Okay, cool. What is Lockbox? It's an on-chain unlocking contract for claiming World Liberty Financial as it unlocks. Does it have a max supply? Like, what are the tokenomics? I don't know. Before claiming any unlocked tokens, you must activate your Lockbox activation moves. Okay. I'm not part of that, so I don't care. Compliance. Good. Eligibility, only people... okay, I don't care. Timing, the prep window, not perpetual. It'll be the lockbox will be live for 1 week before trading, so everyone has time to activate. It'll be live Monday, August 25th at midday. Lockbox will be live, and this is the... to claim your tokens. Okay, so it's going to crash even further by the 25th, guaranteed. Because people are claiming their tokens, it'll release more, and people will be selling those off. That's not good. I'm going to wait after 25th then, if that's the case. Midday Eastern time. And take advantage of those dips. We don't have any RSI information either. I have no idea what's going on with this. I feel like we're going to get... yeah, practically this, right? And then we can start rising. Maybe. There's my little prediction chart. No rush. It stays open after September 1st. You can claim later. So, I mean, I still think people aren't going to be stupid enough to wait that long. They're going to claim it as soon as they can, August 25th midday, and sell it off, take their profits immediately after. I would do that if I were them. There's instructions there. Not interact with links or DMs. That's the last point of the thread. I don't know if that's going to happen. But... Lockbox is audited. It's ready to go live August 25th. Claims and trading open September 1st. I don't know. It seems like even until September 1st, it's gonna be down a lot. This is just for early investors. 20% of the supply is there. being sold off at the current moment. So that's the tokenomics for World Liberty Financial. Wow. Unintentional coverage, but there you go. It's important. All right. What else are people... Well, great. Thank you. What else are people saying about World Liberty Financial? All right. Oh, a token burn. We'll see about that, Mr. Tate. I'm not going to touch it at all. Okay, rate cut. Yeah, but that's coming in like late September, right? When's the FOMC meeting? They're saying that rate cuts is going to boost World Liberty Financial up. Oh, look at that percentage drop back down to 75. Unfortunate. I think that's part of the reason, I guess, why we're no longer rising like crazy. But yeah, 17th of September. I still think we're pricing in a rate cut nonetheless. Should take us back up to an uptrend. I think this is old news now, the whole rate cut thing. Yeah, we're getting a rate cut. Get over it. It's trading at 40 cents. Official spot launch will be 1st of September. Price not be a good indicator because most people cannot trade futures on Binance. Okay. Also, most will be waiting for spot trading. Cringe. Do perpetual futures. What, are you scared? I'm scared. An actual launch, that's when the price will start to go up a lot more. That's where I kind of agree. So I'm going to wait between August 25 to September 1st to see what happens. Because in spot, you can't short on spot. You have to, yes or yes, you have to buy. And that should make things go back up, I guess. Okay, well, I'll keep my eyes peeled for this. How do I favorite it? Well, you can't. Go see then mauled harder. Alright, great. That's the end of my stream, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Otherwise, Monday. Yeah, that'll be all.